Welcome back to day number 5. Wow, this goes by so quickly. Um, and I know I've said it before, but this is day number 5, living a magnetic life. The 12 days of Christmas celebration, I guess. Um, but this one, along with the inner language, again, it is one of my programs that I offer, but it's clearing out those old stories, clearing out the our energetic blocks. And what do I mean by that? So remember, that in our 7 chakras, we hold on to stories, trauma. We've all had trauma and pain. Even if you like were someone that I knew in my life would always say I had a perfect childhood. But we all have experienced trauma and pain, and we're going to hold those stories in our energy centers in our bodies. But what we get to do, and this, again, it changed the trajectory of my life, is I changed, or I cleared out the old stories from my programming. And this was a really powerful practice for me in my spiritual awakening, because it completely cleared out what I was identifying with and believing in. All those old stories were about, that I was a failure. I couldn't do anything. I was going to fail if I was going to try. So why bother? So I kind of dabbled in my life. But, this clearing process is all about reframing, those old beliefs, because we are in our subconscious mind, we are identifying with, what we've believed in as a child. So the clearing process is, it is a lifelong process, really. But the main part of this is we start to, again, we start to kind of open ourselves to the possibility that there are new ways of thinking about ourselves. But what we get to do is we get quiet enough to notice what those stories are. Again, it's the language, it's the blocks that we're holding onto. And when we reframe and then we reprogram, we're kind of reprogramming the inner wirings of our mind. And when, because, and I love this fact that we as human beings are living to maybe 30% of our potential. And I'm increasing, my potential as a human being, because I have reframed what I thought and who I thought I was. Um, Believing that I was a failure, I would find the evidence to stay in that identity. But of course, that is a lie that we tell ourselves, because, or that I was telling myself, that I couldn't do something, that I was a failure. And my whole belief system has completely shifted. And I never thought that I would be an author. I'm writing a 10-chapter adult healing book. Tell me, I don't know, 2 years ago that I was going to be an author, a published best-selling author. Never would think that. Um, did I think that I would be financially independent? Never, ever, and I am. And so because I changed my programming, I am now manifesting what I knew. There was that little voice inside of me that I knew she could do these things. I knew it, but I didn't know how to get there. And this has it been, let me just say this, has it been so scary? Oh my God, yeah. But they always say the more fear and discomfort you feel, the more you are connecting to your true self. So this has been, this whole clearing process has been a complete game changer to me. I mean, all these steps, I wish I had a favorite one, but the clearing out has really changed everything about myself. And, I'm published all, I mean, there's so many things now that I want to accomplish in my life. And now I know how. Yes, does it feel scary? Because this retreat that I keep mentioning, coming up in January 21st, it is another complete game changer because I've had many retreats here in Delaware, but I wanted to push myself a little bit more. How would I do this? How would I create this? So it has pushed me to an even higher level. So when we clear out, I mean, now I'm maybe up to about 60% of my potential, and there's still another 40% that every day I'm clearing out, kind of, redecorating the room in my head. So this has been, I keep saying all these steps are game changers, but really, if we practice them over, because anything, if you're going to the gym and wanting to, increase your muscle mass, you're going to practice every single day to increase that. So the more you do this, the more steps and tips you use on a daily basis, the more you are going to open and constantly being in this frequency of openness of receiving. So clearing out is tip number 5. So I hope you are enjoying these tips. And of course, because 6 comes after 5, so tomorrow is tip number 6. So I can't wait to see you there. Thank you so much for watching.